Okay. I'll wait till it shows that we're.
I'm trying.
I know. It's okay. Hey, everybody. We were just making sure we were really live before I started talking. Excuse me. I just got done with open house, so I'm a little dry here. Welcome to our Thursday program. I promise we will have less technical difficulties today. Well, I don't promise. I'm just hoping. I'm prepared for that today. So welcome. If you did not see yesterday's replay, it is available on both YouTube and Facebook. So you just have to scroll a little bit to find it. And our daily deals for both yesterday and today are live on the daily deal page, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So thank you for everybody that joined us and jumped into our getting started with vintage machines yesterday. We had several people enroll in that program and also the 3 bundle purchase option that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk about today's programs. Oops. Let's see. It's going to work right today.
Yeah.
Share screen. All right. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So today's program is Machine Maintenance Basics. And this is geared probably a little more towards modern machines than it is vintage, but I think you could apply it to both. I do want to mention that I will say this several times throughout this broadcast. This is not the same as remove your covers. This is kind of the preemptive part of remove your covers. Am I not sharing?
Nope,
All
not
right,
there.
hold on. Here we go again.
Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, I think I know what I did. It's so rare that I use this program to do that. And then I have to jump back over here. And no, that didn't work either. Why does this not work? There we go. Add to stage. Okay. Now it should do it, right?
Let's give it a second. Got to wait for the YouTube and the Facebook.
There we go. We're good. All right. All right. So now we're on track. So this is kind of the preemptive step before remove your covers. This is this is an expanded version of what you should be doing in between service maintenance appointments, whether you're doing it yourself for like as a professional or you're paying someone to do it. This is what people often call self-service, and this is not servicing your machine. It is definitely maintenance. So I'm going to go through this here. Again, modern machine maintenance basics is what we're calling this. It is we do give you in this program a routine service overview. A lot of people don't even know what happens when their machine goes in for service. What does a technician do in there? What don't they do? Why does it come back sounding no different than when it went in? Those kinds of things. We'll talk about any tools you're going to need, proper lubricants for your machine. We'll talk about cleaning drop-in and vertical bobbin machines. I know for some of you, these are very basic things, but there's so many people coming into the sewing space, especially post-COVID, that don't even know that machines need service or care. I just talked about this in length at open house, but there's no other appliance that we take in for service that I can think of besides a car. We don't take toasters or blenders or microwaves in for service. It's literally just the sewing machine. So we talk about how to clean in those areas. We will teach you how to clean the upper tension assembly and the check spring when that's possible, cleaning the tension discs, cleaning the needle bar area, and we will go through extensive symptoms and things when your machine is literally crying for help or for service. And then at the very end of this program, we'll go through troubleshooting and resolving the most common issues. I feel like that might be one of the biggest values of this program. And that's because I think a lot of machines, we saw this during COVID when we were having such a high volume of machines come through and sitting on our shelves for 12 weeks and they would go on the bench. It wasn't that they were broken. They came in as broken, but they had burrs on the hook or the bobbin case, or it was threaded wrong, or the wrong needle, the wrong bobbin. All these things are able to resolve quickly as long as you know how to do them. So to break this down, we will go through tools and proper lubricants. There's not a lot of tools for maintenance in this, but we do cover what you're going to need. We go through lubricants that are okay and not okay. This is one of the more important parts to me. If you hang out in Facebook groups, you're going to see a lot of strong opinions on this. How do I word this? This is always very delicate for me. I see an awful lot of men in there that swear by different lubricants that are made for cars, guns, and other things. That doesn't mean that they're all terrible, but they're not. There's a certain weight viscosity for lubricant that goes into a sewing machine to make it run properly. So you'll see a lot of crazy suggestions to try and cut costs that could actually cause more costs down the road. We'll talk about cleaning materials that are okay and not okay for both the inside and outside of the machine. And we go through a lot of warnings and important information. Now, doing this maintenance does not have any of the same risk that working in Remove Your Covers does. We're actually removing the covers. I cannot stress this enough. In this program, outside of maybe a needle bar cover, if it's possible on your machine, we will not be removing the covers at all in this program. So this is a screenshot of one of the pages inside the ebook download that's included. Again, we always include checklists and visuals and things to take with you to the store. If you're going to purchase lubricants or cleaning materials, you'll see a list of do not use and things that are acceptable and the reasons why. Inside the video, we go through the video series, we go through explaining the different types of tools that are good to have. And these are not all things you have to go and make big purchases. You're looking at maybe a $10 investment in this level of care for your machine. So if you can take off the needle bar cover, you might want some tweezers and picks to remove threads that get caught. You do need a few screwdrivers to remove the needle plate and things of that nature. Now, for the upper tension assembly and disc, it really kind of depends on the machine you have and how accessible they are. On almost any machine, we can teach you to clean between the tension discs, even if you can't see them. We do check for thread jams when you can get that one cover off, and we go through examining and testing the check spring. The check spring is this piece. If you're looking at this, I lose my mouse. On this Singer here, there's a little wire that's on most of these tension assemblies where the thread passes through, and it has to be able to spring appropriately. On the inside of a machine, it's located in different spots. So we do teach you how to access those pieces and how to clean them properly if you can get to them. This is out of the video series when we're talking about cleaning the I didn't change this right up here. This should be cleaning the bobbin area, and we go through, this is a drop-in bobbin style. This is probably the most common, and then we have what it's called vertical or side or front loading bobbins. Now on some machines they're in the front, and then on Juki's and some of the big and more industrial brothers, you'll see the bobbin assembly on the left side of the machine. But you can see in the video, even there was a lot of lint recovered from that area. We do now, like I said, on the needle bar area is questionable depending on the kind of machine you have. If we can access it, we will teach you to remove threads that are caught in the joints and lubricating that area. I really did mess this one up, didn't I? I should have a different page here for my needle bar area, but I tell you, it's been one of those days. Here we go. So if we are able to take off the there's one cover there on the end. Sometimes like on a Janome or a Kenmore, I'm trying to think, maybe the Elnas and the Neckies, the door just swings open and it's really easy. I do recommend that if you do have a door that swings open, you get comfortable with opening it once in a while and looking in there. And then on some, it's just removing 1 or 2 screws to get it off. That's the majority of machines. So you can see, we'll teach you how to get in here and clean this area properly. And most importantly, you want to check for threads that are caught in there and how to remove them without damaging it. So you can't just get in there and roughhouse things and start going crazy trying to yank threads out of there, because these assemblies are delicate. There's a lot of aluminum and plastic, and you can break and distort things in there. We'll also go through troubleshooting when you need service. So we'll go through extensive suggestions when you experience issues, preventing major repairs. That's kind of the point of doing in-between maintenance, is you don't want issues to crop up before your next service appointment. And then I go through a very comprehensive list of signs that your machine needs professional service. These are the kinds of things that kind of, when you start listening and paying attention to your machine, they start to become part of you. And when you're sewing, you can actually hear that more, hear the differences, or you will start to know when something doesn't seem quite right with your machine. So you can hear, this is the first page of the troubleshooting section of the ebook. And then this is one example I give in the video series talking about why doing maintenance is important. These are not things you'll access in this program, but I do talk about issues that crop up when you don't have maintenance done. This is what I would consider an extreme issue, but not uncommon. This was in a customer's embroidery machine when we still had our shop in Georgia. She had finally brought it in because it got to the point where she could tell that the timing was off a lot. And it was weird because it would like the hook would stop moving, but the needle would keep moving. And when we got into our machine, we found that at some point the thread had gotten sucked into the machine, which is not uncommon on embroidery machines. And then it ran and ran and ran, and all of this thread built up on the shaft. Now, this is unbelievable to me that this belt did not break, because that stretched that belt enormously. So you can see the belt is going around, and it was like an entire spool of thread. So we give you a lot of things that can, symptoms that match up with what could be the problem in here. So we have lifetime access to our video series in the program. We do have a comprehensive ebook to download and print that has all of those troubleshooting measures in it, and step-by-step on how to check things. We do give you a free consultation as long as it's within the scope of this program. If not, we'll be able to point out which program would be appropriate for your issue or advise you to get service. Now, normally our program is $39, but while we're launching these new mini courses, we are reducing it to $19, and that is a one-time payment. And again, anytime you enroll in these mini programs, you can put your $19 purchase towards, most people will migrate from this program into Remove Your Covers, which is our full maintenance program. In Remove Your Covers, we do teach you how to service your machine like a professional, taking off enough covers to get in there, clean out, keep the computer boards clean, properly clean it and lubricate it, put it back together, troubleshoot issues, and do a successful test on balancing tension. If you choose to, you could also apply your $19 towards Vintage Sewing Machine Mastery, one or the other, and you can even apply it towards the full maintenance program if you choose to. So to break down the difference between this program and the Remove Your Covers, in this program, we'll go through routine service overview, proper tools and lubricants, cleaning the bobbin area in all machines, upper tension assembly and check spring, cleaning the tension discs, cleaning the needle bar area, your machine settle cries for help, and troubleshooting issues. What we'll cover in the Remove Your Covers program is all of that, plus custom cover removal instructions. So regardless of what brand and model you're working with, we actually make sure that you know how specifically to remove the covers of that machine, not just a general comprehensive overview. It's very specific. You have lifetime learning series on how to service machines like a professional, handling computer boards and electronics, full interior cleaning, full interior lubrication, expert help when you need it, private group to learn from others. We do offer business support and promotion. And then in 2025, we will be offering a certification program, or at least the start of one. So again, this is what you will be graduating into if and when you are ready. People ask all the time, why would I just want to start with the $19 program? And honestly, we released these because a lot of people have said, I just don't have the time or money to invest in the big program right now. So I would like to start with something a little more entry level. And this is the starting point. So you can upgrade when you're ready. So Paul's going to paste the right link into the chat today if you want to go ahead and click the button, but this will be in the replay when you see it. It is sewingdockacademy.com/daily deal. And we do still have our all three mini courses that are going to be available all the way through Sunday or Monday for $40. So all three of these, tomorrow's program will be acquiring vintage and antique sewing machines. This is a brand new program. We've not done anything like that before, but this will save you $77 if you purchase all three together. I did forget to mention yesterday, with all of the hiccups that we had, that we aren't actually doing a giveaway. So if we were going to give away one of our full programs for anyone that enrolls in our individual mini courses this week, we are going to enter you into a drawing. And if you win, you will get to choose if you want the Featherweight and 301 service program, the Remove Your Covers program, or our Vintage Sewing Machine Mastery program. You'll get to pick which one you want. And then for everybody that's enrolling into the bundle of 3 mini courses, you'll be entered to win our full maintenance program, which includes all of our current programs. So that's Remove Your Covers, Vintage Sewing Machine Mastery, Troubleshooting Like a Professional Technician, a Vintage Motor Service and Rewiring, and Business Tools. And that is an almost $600 value when you win that. So one last note, I will talk about this in depth on Saturday, but we do have our business school program. It is free for the first 30 days, and then it's only $7 a month. If you're just curious about the possibilities of the business, I do recommend that you join us for those free 30 days and find out, ask questions, hear from other people in the program. We have a industry call tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time for members on Zoom, and we do a lot of teaching and instruction in this program. So those details are also on the enrollment page. Do I have any questions?
Yes.
All right.
Madeline asks, can you purchase the whole mini course as a gift for someone else?
Absolutely. If you will go to the probably the best way to do it, can you put the Sewing Doc Academy at Gmail in the I'm going to put my main email in the chat, and we do encourage that. We actually get a lot of questions, especially as we're moving up into Christmas time. We are going to start getting a lot of requests both for these programs and for our full programs. If you have young people, especially, we are seeing such a surge of young people getting to sewing again. I know everybody thinks sewing is dead. For those of you that sew, you know better. You're in the bubble and you think everyone sews like we do. But there's a lot of young people coming in that are not being raised by someone else that sews. I did not have a grandmother and aunt to teach me how to sew. Paul taught me how to thread a machine, and then I had to go take classes somewhere.
A little more than that.
Yeah, he's really good at reading a garment pattern. I still can't make a garment at all. So, but I didn't have someone teach me how you have to maintain or care for machines. And there is a misconception that modern machines are not going to match vintage machines. You're not going to get the same quality out of a modern machine that you're going to get out of an all metal vintage machine. However, with the care and maintenance that goes into modern machines, their quality is not terrible. It's the maintenance part that really, really throws a wrench into how long they're going to last. So we want to be able to offer these as gifts. Paul did put my email address there in the chat. If you would email me, I'd be glad to set that up for you, however we need to. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to get the daily deal is already up on the website. Paul put that link in there if you want to click it. And these are all going to go through Monday, and then we'll do our drawing on Monday as well. So thank you all for joining me. I will be back here again at 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And again, if you're even considering the business school program, it's 30 days for free. So check us out. I expect tomorrow to be a larger group than we're used to, and we will have a whole lot to discuss in there tomorrow. So join us if you can, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.